Hi everyone, it's Brittany Chavers and I'm back today with the mystery egg mix from Jessie Jane's Beads. We're going to be making a bunny bracelet stack. I'm super excited. I'm going to take a few moments to show you what was in my mystery egg mix. So it came in this cute little box and it came in this cute little egg. And just a little insider scoop, I think they're going to start doing more of these mystery mixes throughout the year. So I'm going to kind of open this up and pour it out and show you what was in my mix, and then we'll get creating with this and a couple other things. Thank you so much for joining me today. So we've got some really cute stuff. We've got these cute little bunny charms. We've got some large hole beads, some little tiny porcelain bunnies. Aren't those cute? Adorable. Some glass pearls in pink and purple. Hi everybody. Sorry, I'm just seeing your comments. Hi Judy. Hi Heather. Oh, I'm excited for you to get your strand and your mix tomorrow too. That's awesome. Hi everybody, thanks for joining. We have another large hole set. Hi Sandra. We've got two ducks, but I did put one to the side that I've already chosen for one of the bracelets we're working on. Isn't that cute little lampwork duck? He's so cute. Some cute little crystal butterflies. Hi Katie. We've got two of these little charms. They're adorable. We're going to be using one of those today. We're making a bunny stack, bunny bracelet stack, where you can use them independently or together. So a glass coated bead. Hi Janetta. Hi Cindy. Some pink crystals. Some yellow crystals. Aren't those fun? Hi Nikisha. Some bead caps. And some teardrops in a couple different colors. And some smaller crystals in aqua. Some tiny pink crystals. And some marguerites. I think that's what those are called. Super cute in purple. And then we have two bunny connectors. I don't know if we'll get to use this guy today, but he's super cute, teeny tiny. And then we have a carrot with a little heart for the green part. Isn't that adorable? So, and some spacers. So we're going to be incorporating those into our pieces today. And then I also have this bunny Tensha bead strand. So I have two of them, but isn't this super cute? It's got a little bunny on it. And then there are two different sizes, bunny and flowers. So we're going to be using these today. I might mix in some beads from some other mixes. I have one that I think would be really great are any really of the mini ice cream mini mixes because they're pastels. So I have this one and I have Cookie Monster. And then I'm also going to be using some beads from our sugar crystal mini mix today. As we go along. So like I said, we're going to be doing a bracelet stack today. I'm going to push these aside for a moment. I'm going to grab one of my Tensha strands and I am going to cut that open. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. And I'm just going to kind of pull these off the strand. And I have some 20 gauge wire. We're going to make a cute little wire wrapped bracelet bar, so you can have your focal, which will be the bracelet bar, and then you can close your bracelet any way you want. You can use leather, you can use bead stringing, you can use chain reaction, anything you could think of. So I'm just going to cut a length of 20 gauge wire. This is Bead German style wire, and I'm going to take my pliers and I'm gonna do a wire wrapped loop right about here, like that. Hold this with my pliers and then come around and create that loop. Scooch that down with my thumbnail. I gotta cut these nails, they're very long. And then I am going to trim that. just like that. And then I'm going to set that aside. I want to decide my design for my bracelet bar. So I want this guy in the middle. Isn't that adorable? It's got little tiny bunnies on it, and their little eyes are red. I think that is so cute. I want my beads to have bead caps around them. Really, you could just turn this right into a bracelet bar because it's so cute, but I'm going to put these on the sides. I do want to use the aqua. I think I'm going to save the red for something else. And then we have 2 spacers. Ooh, I like that we have 4 of these bead caps. So I am keeping quite a bit of the beads from the Tensha strand, but I am going to, let's see. Ooh, I want to use these little crystals on the ends here to get that aqua in there. And let's see. I think I want to bring these 2 crystals from the egg mix into our bar here. So I'm going to go ahead and just string those on. Just like this. And you can make your bead bar as long as you'd like, or as short as you like. You could do more than one if you like. So I am actually sandwiching that silver spacer bead with my 2 polymer clay heishi beads. I love how that looks. And then we're coming into the large Tensha bead. And then we'll just recreate that same pattern going back the other way. Okay, and then I'm going to do a little bit of a bend here, just to give it a little bit of a curve, and then we're just going to make another wire wrapped loop on this side so we can finish our little bracelet bar. And I got a little bit of a kink in my wire there, but that's okay. I'll just do that, hold this, and then come down, and then I'll straighten that out. Sometimes working with 20 gauge wire can be a little bit more difficult because it's not as malleable as maybe 22 or 24 gauge. And if you need help, totally fine, just use your pliers. Like, instead of using your fingers for the wire, use your pliers. So this side has a couple more wraps than the other, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and trim that and then kind of shape that back up. And we're gonna want to tuck that in a little bit. I'm gonna grab my loop and then tuck that in. There we go. There we go. So now we have a cute little bracelet bar, which also could be a necklace bar as well, if you wanted to bead up the sides and have a tiny necklace. And then I am going to take some chain from Jessie James Beads, and I'm trying to decide if I want to do, I think I'm going to do a symmetrical bracelet here. So symmetrical versus asymmetrical, and have chain on both sides, and then we're going to close it with a clasp. And I have 2 different clasps that I think would work with this, both from Jessie James Beads. They have a clasp mix. I think we're going to go with the smaller one. And then I have a cute little bunny that we're going to hang from the back of the bracelet. So I am going to go ahead and find a jump ring. If you want, you can wire wrap that wire right onto your chain, but I'm just going to use a jump ring today, make it a little simpler. And I will do it on the other side, and then that's when I'll decide how long I want my bracelet. Now, if you know how long you want your bracelet, totally just cut your chain to the right length. But here, I don't really know how long I need it. I'm just gonna measure. So I need it to be right about there. Cut that open. Nope, you didn't miss too much, Ebony. Thanks for joining. And then I'm going to grab my jump ring. Close it up, and then I'll cut it right in the middle and add on my clasp. So I'll find the middle, cut it right there, and actually I'm going to cut out a little bit more than that because I'm going to add in my clasp, and I don't want it to be too long. So I'll need 3 more of these because I'm going to be adding my charm. Oop, we let go. Okay, and then I will also add on my little bunny, and I just want to kind of decide where to put him because he could go anywhere. So if I wanted it to be at the back, which I'm thinking is where I want it, just to have an extra little detail, we can put him back here, or if you want him on the front of your wrist, you could hang one right here. I think I'm going to put him at the back, but that's in case it like slides toward the front, so then I always have something cute to look at. I think a little pink dangle would also be super cute right on the back. Like that, and then if I got an eye pin or a head pin or an eye pin, whichever one you prefer, gonna make a little dangle. Sometimes, there we go. Just gonna make a simple loop. That in there, and I'm gonna grab another jump ring to hang that. Super cute. I'm a fidgeter when I'm doing things, so I always love having something to jingle around while I'm wearing bracelets. So here is our first bracelet. Some of my favorite colors. I love the aqua and red color combo, so I'm super excited that Jessie James Beads put that into an Easter mix. Not traditional Easter colors, but I love that little bunny. And then there he is on the back. Thanks, Joy. So there's number 1 of our cute little bunny stack that we're making today. Number 2, and it's a cute little 15-minute bracelet, not even. Number 2, we are going to incorporate some of this really pretty, I love this. This is my favorite color of this enamel chain. It's called Daffodil, and it's just such a pretty golden yellow. It makes me think of sunshine, and it's perfect for spring. So we're going to use some of that. Of course, we're going to use our little lampwork ducky. And actually, we're going to be using a second lampwork ducky that I did the same thing with. I ended up putting him on a head pin, and we will be having another dangle on this bracelet that we're making. So we're going to use 2 duckies on this one. We're going to use some of these yellow crystals, these coated beads with the paint splotches. We might use some more of the yellow crystals, and then this is when we're going to start using our sugar crystal mix. There were a couple beads in here that I thought looked really nice with the white and the yellow. These 2 little rondelles, little glass rondelles. And with this bead, this bracelet, we're going to, it's going to be very similar to our Tensha bracelet in how it looks on our wrist, but I'm going to give you a different way to create that if you're not really comfortable wire wrapping. And we're going to use some crimp beads to do that. So we're going to use some 19 strand bead stringing wire from Beadalon. And we're just going to kind of load on our beads just like we did before. I'm going to start, let's see, I think I'm just going to do yellow and then our coated bead. Isn't that chain absolutely gorgeous? I just love it. It's my favorite color from this release that Jessie James Beads did. And then I'm just going to kind of try this out. I'm not sure which way I want to go here. We're going to put our little ducky. He's going to go sideways on our wrists. It's going to be so cute. I love seeing like cute things throughout my day. That's why I love wearing more than one bracelet, because we can get a lot of cuteness out there. Put this one on. So essentially we're making the same type of bracelet bar, but again, our medium is different. Okay, so this bracelet's going to be asymmetrical, where this one was symmetrical. We did the same thing with the chain on both sides. This one, our bead bar is going to connect right on to our clasp, and I haven't chosen which clasp I want to use. So I'm going to either use a magnetic clasp or this cute little toggle. I think they both look really good, but I think I'm going to go with the toggle. I'm a toggle girl for sure. So I'm going to open up my Beadalon little package here, and it's got everything in it. So I'm going to use the crimp beads that came in this package, and I am going to crimp right on to my loop here of my toggle. I just want to decide, I guess it doesn't really matter which way the bird faces. So I think I want to do it on this side. So I'm going to cut a piece. Put on my crimp bead, or you can use crimp tube, whichever way you'd like to go. Grab my crimping pliers. Now, if you're kind of just new to crimping, a flat crimp here is going to be fine because this is a very small amount of beads, but I will show you the folded crimp technique. And I don't really have any trouble with toggles falling off my wrist. You might want to put a little bit bigger bead next to this portion so it doesn't come through all the way, but it's kind of like catch-22. You have to have something that'll go through your loop, but something that won't come out very easily. All right, and then we're going to come back through the crimp. take our crimping pliers, oh, thank you, Letitia, you're so sweet, and we're going to move that crimp down to our toggle loop. Put it, okay, so you see in your crimping pliers there are valleys. I'm going to go to the biggest valley, and I will go ahead and put that in the middle of it and crimp. Make sure your cords or your wires are not crossed. And now, since that is crimped first time, we're going to move it to the next one and squish again. And we're going to lightly squish going all the way up just to make sure that's stable. Now you can use a crimp cover, although I think this one looks fine. I don't think I need it here. One of the things I tend to do if I'm able is put that tail through a few beads, and it does not make your bracelet more structurally sound or anything like that, but I do it for two reasons. The first reason is it looks better next to the crimp bead. If you cut off your wire at the crimp bead, sometimes it looks a little funky. I'm just gonna say that. And then the second one is, and I recently put out a video on my YouTube channel, or I will sometime soon. I think it's going up tonight. I messed up while I was crimping once and had to take the crimp off. And that way I didn't have to re-crimp my entire, or restring my entire bracelet. I just cracked the crimp off, restrung, and went from there. Okay, so we have this part. Oh my gosh, that little duck is so stinking cute. And then we're gonna go, and I'm gonna crimp right on to our chain. So if we're looking at our chain here, there are two ways you can crimp onto this chain. So if you crimp on to, there are two different like connectors. So if you're looking here, there's a hole in the top of one segment, and then there's a loop at the bottom of the other one. So I have to choose how I want to crimp on. And what I think I'm gonna do is actually crimp on to the top, so the chain is facing away from the duck. So I have to come to the other end of the chain. I'm gonna cut off the loop from the previous piece that was cut. Just want to be careful, just take a little bit of extra time to make sure you don't cut a piece that doesn't need to be cut. There we go. So we're going to crimp right onto that loop right there. I hope you guys can see that. So I'll put my second crimp bead on the end of my wire. Come down here. And then we're going to come back through that crimp bead. And come down through a couple beads. Sorry if you hear a really loud car. My neighbor has a very loud car and they're just coming home. And then we're gonna go ahead and make sure that this portion isn't like a straight line, because we want it to conform to our wrist. Here we go. Once we have it on. So I'm gonna go ahead, pull that through a little bit more to make that loop up there a little bit smaller. Pull these down. It's kind of you almost need 3 hands once you get to this point. But again, flat crimping here might help you with that if you're having trouble getting everything the way it needs to be. And I'm trying to make sure that there's not too many gaps between these beads. Okay. Pull this down a little bit, and then we'll just crimp like I showed you before, like that, and then turn it 90 degrees, come up to the next one. Oop. There we go. There we go. So I'm just going to trim my wire here. And then we're gonna go ahead and decide how long we want this. Use my wrist as a guide. I never measure anymore. I'm really bad. I never measure anymore. So, because I will be wearing this for the foreseeable future. It's super cute. So that's a little bit long right there. I'm gonna cut it off because I need a jump ring. I'm gonna cut it off right here. And here I'm gonna cut the opposite of where I cut before because I want this loop. I want to attach my jump ring to this loop right here. So I'm gonna come in and you're gonna lose a little piece of your chain, but it's okay. I'm gonna cut that off. So now we still have a viable loop there. And I'm going to come in with a gold jump ring. Now I don't know if these will fit. I have a smaller gauge jump ring if these don't fit, so don't worry. But I didn't test it before we came on camera. So we'll take a jump ring, check this out, and if it's too big, then we'll move to a different style. I think it might be. Yeah, that's a little thick for that, but I have another size. And we actually, you know what? I think these are going to be working better. This one right here will be good. It's a little bit thinner and it's from that pack that I showed you earlier. There we go. Hard to keep a hold on it and show you at the same time without my hands getting in the way. Let's try this, see if it works, and if it doesn't, we can use the other smaller size. Oh, perfect. And I just need the part of my toggle that I can't find. Oh, here it is. It's hiding in the chain. So I'm going to put that on. Yeah, that chicken bead makes me super happy too. Thank you. And then I already did the same thing that I did with the pink right here. I took a head pin and his hole was a little bit bigger than my head pin, so I just put a little pink crystal on the bottom, and I did wire wrap the top of that. And I'm going to take my jump ring, put it through my little ring at the top of my chick or duck, whichever one he is. I think he's a duck, but I'm not 100% sure. And then I'm going to put him right at the back of this bracelet. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I've got a smile a mile wide right now because it just makes me so happy. So here we go. Then you have some custom spring jewelry. Isn't that adorable? Oh my gosh, I love him. I love him. Okay, so there are the first two. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Monica. And then we're going to actually make a leather bracelet for bracelet number 3. I can't believe we've already been doing this for a half hour. So I have some leather cord USA bracelet leather. I mean, I guess it could be for anything, but we're going to use this Juniper color. There are a lot of different colors. This is 0.5 millimeter, and it's perfect for a leather bracelet. So I'm going to push these around and move that around and move our beads in because I haven't planned this one out. We're just going to use some of these beautiful beads in conjunction with some of these ice cream mixes so we can make a fun 2-strand leather bracelet. So first things first, I'm going to show you how to make a bead into the clasp for this bracelet. So this is 2 meters. I'm going to cut this in half so we can use 1 meter for the bracelet. I don't think we'll need more than that. I'm just going to fold it in half like this and come down to the end and snip. Okay, I'm going to put one side away. You can use that for a necklace. You can use that for another bracelet. But then I'm going to slide on this adorable heart crystal from the sugar crystal mix. So he's going to be our clasp for this bracelet. Slide that all the way to the middle. So I'm going to line up the ends again. So it looks like this. I'm making sure that it's even. There we go. So it looks like this. Yay, I'm excited. You guys are excited about me making a leather bracelet. So that's what it's going to look like. So we're going to see this all the time. It's so cute. I would probably wear that on the top of my wrist because it's so pretty. And then we're going to make a knot here. So I'm going to just slip that through like this and try and walk that knot all the way back down to our heart, or as closely as possible to get that pretty taut. And then tighten. So there is, isn't that cool? There is our bead that is now a button for our clasp. Okay, so now we're just going to load on beads to each string. So I'm not going to really do any knotting on this bracelet. You absolutely can. Actually, I wanted to let you know I'm going to be doing a leather bracelet in our Beads and Blooms class in May, and I'll put the link to that in the chat if I haven't already. One second. I don't know if you can see it, but if it's not there, the class, I don't remember exactly how many instructors there are going to be, but there are going to be a ton of classes, and it's so much fun. And we've done this a few times before, but I'm super excited to do it again. So I am just going to kind of put aside the charms for right now because I want to get into the beads of the bead mix. So we've got these beautiful spring colors. There we go. I think the link went up. I'll leave that up for a moment and then I'll take it down because when it's up I can't see your comments. But I'm also going to open up, I'm not going to mix them, but I'm going to open up our strawberry cream mix, see if there's anything in there we want to incorporate while we're going through it. And then I have some Cookie Monster, which is just the cutest little blue mix that I'm going to put over to the side here. So we've got a lot of choices, and these were pretty popular mixes. I think they still have them left, but they're just such great pastels heading into to spring. I know spring has officially sprung here. We're like 85 or 87 today in Arizona. So, okay, I'm gonna close the link so I can see what you guys are saying. Yeah, Letitia. Okay, thank you. She said 10 instructors. Thanks for joining, Vicky. You're just joining right when we're doing our third bracelet. Okay, so I'm gonna start this first strand. Hopefully this will fit through, and if it doesn't right away, we can trim it to get a little bit of a edge on it. So you see how I trimmed it so it has a point? That's gonna push it through our beads a little bit more easily. Now some of these might have holes that are a little too small, but so far we're looking good. So I'm just gonna kind of put on whatever I feel like putting on here. I definitely want pink and aqua. And let's see. I'm gonna try and get a little bit of a pattern going here so we can have each one be super cute. Oh my gosh, we have these cute little butterflies. We have to use that. If you want to, you can totally pile things on just without a pattern. Actually, I think that might be the better idea because I want to get just a mix of these colors on each strand, and I think it'll look nice. So I'm just kind of going to grab as I go. Just a moment while I get some going here. There we go. All right, got a cute little opalite from that Tensha strand. I move this all the way down because it was a little tight. Maybe I shouldn't have used this little pink. He's a little tight. And he's getting in the way, so I'm going to move it back the other way. We'll use a different pink one. Start with this one. There we go. And then I'm just going to kind of randomly, I think with how beautiful this color mix is, it's not going to be hard to make a beautiful bracelet here. So as you can see, I'm just moving those beads down as I go, and I'll maybe put some silver on this one. I want to get a butterfly in here too. This Marguerite is having the same problem. It's a little bit of a big, the quartz is a little too big and it's stripping that color, so we'll use that in a different project. You can use, for strings or bracelets like this, you can use a lot of different seed beads as long as they're probably like 6/0 size. So I'm just going to keep stringing different beads. Oh, we have a crackle glass from the strawberry mix. This one might be one of those that's a little tight. Yeah. Okay, so while that one's still open, I'm going to start working on the second one so I don't get stuck with the same beads in the same places, or, you know, too many of the same bead left for this side. I'm not really planning this out. I'm just kind of grabbing beads as I go. It's looking really cute. Okay, so here we are so far. I'm still got quite a few beads to put on, but that's how it's looking so far, and it's super cute and super sparkly. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Lauren. That's very sweet. So we're getting there. Look how fun and blingy that is. And it's just a new, and if you want, you can knot between each one of these beads. If you don't want to use this many beads on your bracelet, just make it a knotted leather bracelet in between each one, and you're going to use a lot less beads. I want major bling factor today though, so that's why I'm using all of these. There we go. Thanks, Judy. All right, I think we might be coming to a long enough end here on one of them. I'm going to fill a couple more in on this side, and then I'll show you how we close it off, which is going to be super easy. Very, very easy. Thank you, Vicky. Okay, so I'm going to measure. I think I'm still going to need more beads on my wrist. Sorry, I'm coming off camera just a moment. Yeah, I need a few more on both sides. Ooh, let's go. I don't know. Yeah, let's go with this guy. He's really pretty. Look how sparkly that one is. Put on a spacer. We're getting there. Okay, and then put a few more on this side, and I'll test again, and then we should be good to go to show you how to finish it off. This is also a great way. You can do this. You can twist these too if you really want when you put it on. I'm going to measure against my wrist again. And looks like we're pretty good. I want to make sure these are even. I think I need one more bead on this one. I will put this guy. And then what we'll do here is do a knot. Now I just do regular square knots or whatever, overhand knots. I don't know the names of knots, but you can do a barrel knot here if you'd like. So I'm just going to do a knot and tie them together. Get them down as close to those beads as I can. And you can absolutely make this adjustable too, and I'll show you how in just a moment. So I'm going to get those knots up against those beads. One of them is a little bit further away, but that's totally fine. And then to create our closure, we're going to come around and do another knot. But I want to make sure it's not too big and that it's just going to fit our little heart through. So I'm just going to do another knot, but not tie it closed. I'm saying the word not a lot. Not tie it closed all the way, and kind of see if we can just slip through that heart. Like that. And if I just put my knot right there, that'll be perfect. So our heart can slip through, but doesn't slip back through very easily. Put our knot there. And then if you wanted to make it adjustable, you could just put less beads on and do another section. So it could either slip the heart here or right here, but I'm not going to make mine adjustable. What I am going to do is put some more beads on it because it's gorgeous. I'm going to put one, actually, do we have enough of these? Yep, I got 2 of those. We're going to use some pink. Yeah, I think that's fine. So I'm going to put on a pink, a silver, and a blue. And then I'm going to tie another knot. So like I said, I'll be teaching a leather class in Beads and Blooms. It's going to be a leather bracelet, but it's not going to be this leather bracelet. It'll be similar, but not quite this bracelet. And then we're going to do the exact same thing on the other two. Pink, silver, blue. And I'm just going to tie that knot in a little bit different place, so they hang a little bit differently. Or you can put them in the same spot. It really doesn't matter. And you can use just a dollop of glue there. Super glue gel. I'm going to use not E6000, some GS Hypo Cement real quick. Mine's a little gooked up. All right. Put a little bit of glue right there. It dries clear so you can't even see it. And then we always want to close that up right away. And then I'll snip these ends. So I think we made the blingiest bracelet possible for our last one. And it's so sweet. It's so sweet. If somebody gave me a gift that looked like this, I'd be like I'd be floating on cloud 9. So I'm going to get my heart through there. And these are easy to close one-handed. So there is our third bracelet. Aren't these super cute? So 1, 2, and 3. Made a cute little bunny stack today. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and visit me on Turquoise.Street on YouTube and Brittany's Beads on Facebook. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend. I'm so glad. Thank you, Peggy. Peggy said she learned something today. Aw, thank you, everyone. This will be available as a replay too. So I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hi, Noodle. What you doing? You doing your Linda Blair impression with your neck turned around like that? Yeah. Hi, cutie. Hi. You say hi to your friends? You say hi to your friends? You're such a goober.